Okay, I'm going to give you the magic word of internet marketing. Intent. That's right, intent. See, marketers lose sleep at night because they want to know where the people that have intent to buy what we sell, where they are. Enter golden rule number 18. Drive traffic to your website using intentful phrases. What is an intentful phrase? Well, an intentful phrase is your own critical thinking of what you think somebody would type into the Google search engine, and based on what they type in, you would say, they have intent to buy what I sell. To explain this, I have a quick story. I was giving a seminar in San Francisco, and I was explaining how pay-per-click, if done correctly, could make a huge impact for a business. So a guy raises his hand and he says, hey, I tried that pay-per-click thing and it didn't work for me. I lost a lot of money. I said, you did? And he says, yeah. I said, well, what business are you in? He says, I sell Chinese tea. He says, matter of fact, I have the best Chinese tea in the world, and you can't get better Chinese tea unless you go to China. I said, but do you have an e-commerce site? He says, yes. I said, do you have good pricing? He says, yes. How about your user experience and your checkout? Is that well done? He says, yes. I said, and you tried pay-per-click and you lost a lot of money? He says, yes. I said, you probably did it wrong. He says, well, that's very flippant of you. How do you know I did it wrong? I looked at him and I said, how do you know you have good Chinese tea? Separate story. Anyway, I said, do me a favor, could you get me your username and password so I can look at your campaign and I can see what kind of phrases you're buying? And so he did, and I looked it up, and sure enough, there it was. He was buying the phrase Chinese tea bags, loose Chinese tea. I said, well, there's your problem. He says, what? I told you I sell the best Chinese tea. I said, I know, but do yourself a favor and tell Google not to display your ad unless they have B-U-Y in the phrase. Start there. He says, what do you mean? I said, buy Chinese tea. Buy loose Chinese tea. Buy Chinese tea bags. See, what sounds more intentful as a person to buy your product? Chinese tea or buy Chinese tea? So there you have it. Golden rule number 18. Drive traffic to your site using intentful phrases. For more information and all of the golden rules of harder working websites, visit our library at goldencom.com.